Hey guys, welcome back to Real Estate Reality Tampa. As always, it's Jim Steele with Remax Champions with my good buddy Chris Deptula with Motto Mortgage. And we are going to talk about the real estate world in the Tampa area for July 2024. Hope you guys had a nice 4th. Let's get into it. So, what I want to talk about today is how important it is to price your house right. Okay. This is the thing. It's not 2022 anymore. The calendar has shifted. All right. And with the calendar shifting, the market has shifted. So gone are the days of 25 offers, 50% above market value, all that stuff. It's not happening anymore. Houses are sitting longer. Buyers are much more patient, much more cautious because of the interest rates. And Chris will hit on that here in a minute. So people are being a lot more careful. The buyers are kind of really dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and kind of making sure that everything's exactly right. You are seeing buyers be very picky on inspections. And, of course, we're always worried about appraisals. Those are always an issue. But you have to price the house right or it's going to sit. So here's the thing. You have to put it at a number. This is kind of the way I price a house, right? What I do is I look at what has sold in the neighborhood and what's for sale currently. I look at the houses that are most similar that are currently for sale. Where are they priced? Okay, they're priced at, let's say, 500,000. Fine. How long have they been on the market? How long have they been sitting? That's another thing I want to see. How long is it taking to sell these houses or even not even sell them, get them into contract? Okay, so if I see a house sitting in this neighborhood at 540,000 and has been on the market 100 days, that's too long. That's too long. So the price is too high. It's amazing though. It cracks me up because people will always come to me and be like, my house has been sitting forever, and I don't know what to do. Should I paint? Should I redo everything in it? No, maybe you should get the price right because ultimately that's the only reason. And again, read my lips. The only reason a house doesn't sell is if it's priced wrong. If a house is priced right for what it is and it matches the neighborhood value, it's going to sell. I listed a very good friend of mine house. I won't use their name on here because, copyrights or whatever. Bill and Donna. I did use it because I love them. So we listed their house last week. It was gone in 3 days. Why? Because it was priced right. There's another house in the neighborhood, but this time I won't use their name, that's priced ridiculously too high. It's not nearly as nice as their house. Guess what? It's been sitting for almost 100 days. And it's going to sit for much longer than that because the price is crazy. So if you're a seller and you're thinking about selling your house, be realistic. Talk to a professional like, I don't know, me. Shoot me an email. Give me a call. My info's on the screen. I'll tell you exactly what you should list your house for, where it's going to sell, and I'm going to be right because I've done it 1,000 times in this market, okay? So that's enough about that. Price your house right. It will sell, okay? Chris, what's going on with the interest rates, loan programs? What's happening? We're getting close to the drop dead date with this NAR commission thing, so that'll be interesting. That'll be our next one because we're going to have to unpack all that stuff. But what's going on in the lending world?
Not much has changed, since our last video that we did. Interest rates have they fluctuate, week to week. I would say they've come down a little bit since our last video that we did. There seems to be more and more news coming each month that inflation is still kind of holding lower. Which is good news. And the other news that everyone's looking for in order to get rates down is, everyone watches the job market very closely. And when they see reports that show that, hey, companies are looking for people for jobs, they need people for jobs. And when the unemployment numbers go down, that kind of signals, oh, wow, there's still a demand. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still kind of like, hey, we're still selling a lot of stuff. We need people to, to handle this for us. And that doesn't signal a good thing for interest rates. But the good news here is we've kind of had like 2 months now where the job reports are not great. You know what I mean? It's like the people who are on unemployment, and they track like how long they're on unemployment for, like continuing claims it's called, like that number keeps going up like every month. So it means like the people that are filing for unemployment are staying on unemployment longer. You know what I mean? So it's hard to find a job than it was before, you know. And the unemployment number actually has gone from, I think the lowest it ever was about 8 months ago was like 3.5%. But it's been climbing, you know, over the last 6 months. And now we're at 4.1. So
I got a good friend of mine. I got a good friend of mine. He's an IT guy. I don't know exactly what he does, but something in IT. He got laid off in February, and he's still looking.
Wow.
It's not great. So
well,
sometimes the numbers. Sometimes the numbers can look better than they really are. So anyhow, if anyone's watching this and you got an IT position, hit me up. I got a good guy for it.
Yeah, we need to hire somebody. But it's hard because, and especially in that field, because who knows what AI is going to do, you know, and a lot of these companies that are in, you know, the tech field, they're laying off a lot of workers, assuming that they're going to be able to replace them with AI. But, you know, back to the, you know, to the loan scene, you know, interest rates are about the same, maybe a little bit lower, you know, than what they were.
Any talk on them cutting them?
What's that?
Any talk on the Fed cutting them, or?
I don't think the Fed's going to do it anytime soon, not till at least the next meeting. But interest rates will go down sometimes just on their own. They don't have to wait for, you know, the Fed to make the cut. You know, they just will go down based on the different reports that come out. But you know, the thing you have to remember is it's not just about the United States. A lot of times our interest rates, even though you wouldn't think it would matter, but our interest rates can be determined, or they can fluctuate based on world news. You know, if all of a sudden a lot of the countries across the world, like Western countries, are showing that their inflation numbers are not coming down, that hurts us too, you know. And we're actually doing, as the United States is actually doing the best job right now of lowering inflation out of all the Western countries. You know, a lot of the Western countries, they're still sitting at 5, 6, 8%, and we're down to like 2.5 or 3 already, you know. So that hurts too. But I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about the interest rates. If you find a house that you love, you know, get into the home. You know, I'll get you refied, you know, in 12 months or 18 months when rates do come down, hopefully. And at least you can be in a home that you love, and then a payment that you love as well, you know, at that point in time. But I'm definitely seeing what you're talking about. You know, I've got a bunch of buyers who are pre-approved, and they're being much more cautious on homes. Like, I mean, they're asking for concessions on almost every single offer they make. You know, because sellers are still just, I think people out there, maybe you can talk to this. It's like eBay. You know how on eBay, you know, you can look at, if you want to sell an item on eBay, right? You know, you don't want the price to be what everybody else is asking. It's what it's really selling for. You know what I mean? You could ask like $5,000 for a certain baseball card on eBay, but if they're selling for $3,000, you're not going to get 5.
Right.
You know, and it's the same way with houses. You get people that, like, I think people look and see what other houses are listed at. You know what I'm saying? In their neighborhood.
Sure they do. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's a lot more of them. Our inventory is way up compared to where it was. I was looking in one neighborhood. I don't even remember where. It was in somewhere in Holiday or something. And they had like 40 some houses listed right now. Like, what? Oh, there used to be 4, you know, not 40. So what I do is I like to price the middle. I don't want to be the lowest one, because then people think something's wrong with it. I don't want to be the highest one, because that's just going to sit forever. So I just find me a nice price right just in the middle where all the houses are listed, and say, this is where we're going to be. And then I let my marketing, you know, put it out there to the people and do the job that it does. And, you know, we sell the houses. But again, if you're asking too much, it's going to sit. And here's the problem. The longer it sits, the lower your offers get, because people think that you're desperate now. Now you've given all the leverage over to the buyer. The buyer's like, ha, 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 this house has been on the market for 200 days. I can offer them anything I want. And, you know, they're going to be desperate enough to take it. And that's their mentality. So again, that's where it's so important to price it right from the beginning. Make sure that it's, you know, in line with the neighborhood. It's not crazily high. It's not crazily low. It's right there, and you're going to get solid action on it, and you're going to sell your house.
And you're going to make money. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what we're all here for.
you can't help but
Everyone
make
wants to
money in
make
this
money.
market. I mean, the last 2 or 3
Exactly.
years, if you've owned your house for at least 2 or 3 years, you're still going to walk away with a great amount of money. It's just that it's not, you can't walk away with like the insane amount the way it was 2 years ago.
No, but a lot of people still think it is 2 years ago. So we just got to educate them. And that's why we're doing this video, to put it out there and show them, listen, it ain't like that anymore. If you got questions, call me, call Chris. I kept your thing up here, mottocris.com. That's where you can go and get pre-approved for Chris. If you are looking for a loan, you know, he's definitely the best. And then I'll put my information up there one more time. If you are thinking about buying or selling, reach out. We know what to do. We know this market. We know how to navigate this stuff. So again, I want to thank you for doing this with me again. These are always fun. And do you have anything else to add before we skedaddle out of here?
No, I'm good. I think we're good.
And you probably thought you were going to go the whole day without hearing skedaddle too. So there you go. I got that. I like it. Chuck that off your bingo card, right? All right, Chris. Well, hey, thanks a lot, man. Again, this is Jim Steele, Chris Deptula. This was Real Estate Reality in Tampa. Have a great rest of July, and we'll see you in August.
See you in August.